So just tell me when we're live.
We're going live. We're live.
We're live, okay. Good morning, everybody. This is the October 13th, 2022 Coastal Permit Administrator hearing. And start off, the Mendocino County Coastal Permit Administrator meetings will be conducted virtually and not available for in-person public participation. The provisions of Government Code Section 54953 and the recommendation of the Mendocino County Health Officer. Meetings are live streamed and available for viewing on the Mendocino County YouTube page. So I am calling the meeting to order at 11:06 a.m. And may I please get a determination of noticing?
All items were legally noticed.
Thank you. So that brings us to the regular calendar, which is item 3, and specifically to item 3A, which is CDP 2020-0024. This is a continued item from the August 25th, 2022 agenda. The owner applicant is Paul and Janice Booth. Agent is Wind Coastal Planning and Biology. The request is a standard coastal development permit to construct a single-family residence, including attached decking, patios, and garage. The request includes the installation of mitigation fencing, a primary septic system, and the future vested opportunity to install a replacement septic system. Associated development includes establishment of a propane tank, a gravel driveway, trenching for underground utilities, and connection to community water district. It has been determined that this project warranted a mitigated negative declaration. The project is located in the coastal zone, 0.5 plus minus miles south of the town of Albion Center within the Pacific Reef subdivision on the northeast side of Pacific Reefs Road, which is a private road, 0.5 plus minus miles west of its intersection with State Route 1, located at 34,350 Pacific Reefs Road in the community of Albion. Assessor's parcel number 123-340-13. And may I please get a staff report?
Good morning, CPA Gonzalez. This is Jessie Wellman, planning for Mendocino County Planning and Building Services. And yesterday on October 12th, our office received a request from the agent for the booths to have this project continued as they are coordinating with their neighbors regarding a possible alternative design. The only matter we would need to discuss is a different date for a date certain, so we would not be required to repost and give time for the agents, landowners, and adjacent parcels owners to work out their concepts together and then provide the necessary documents to planning and building services for staff to prepare a fifth memorandum and have it heard again.
All right, do we have a date certain that we want to continue this?
So I have been discussing with the agent, and we are thinking that December 22nd would possibly be an adequate time frame. They will need to confer with their geotechnical qualified professional, also with the California State CAL FIRE, Fire and Forestry, and then also possibly with their septic design. And I do see that the agent for the booths are here, and she may have more detail on the date for December 22nd. And due to holidays and how our schedule is going, we could go into the year 2023.
All right, so with that, it sounds like this item is recommended for continuance. It's just a matter of when. So let's go ahead and ask Tara Jackson to come in. And Tara, good morning.
Good morning. Yes, this is with Wind Coastal
All right, so, and again, the idea is to have any changes being proposed or alternatives to be reviewed with the neighbors, correct?
Yes, as the design, the booths are in communication with their
Okay, all right, well, with that said, I will go ahead and continue CDP 2020-0024 to the December 22nd CPA hearing. Thank you. All right, that brings us to case number 3B, which is, or item 3B, which is case number CDP 2021-0032. Again, this is also continued from the August 25th, 2022 meeting. And the owner is Victoria and Troy DeWolf. Applicant agent is Michael Barron Wyke. The request is a standard coastal development permit to construct a 2,288 square foot, two-story, single-family residence and detached 567 square foot guest room over a 672 square foot, two-car garage. Install a three-bedroom standard design septic system, perform grading, install new driveway and encroachment, and remove dying bishop pine trees. This one was determined to be subject to CEQA, and a mitigated negative declaration was prepared. The project is located in the coastal zone, 8± miles northwest of Guala Town Center, lying on the west side of State Route 1, approximately 240 feet plus or minus feet south of its intersection with Iverson Point Road, located at 30,100 South Highway 1 in Guala. Assessor's parcel number 142-031-07. May I please get a staff report?
Thank you, Administrator. Project Planner Matt Goins. On August 25th, 2022, the Coastal Permit Administrator discussed continued item CDP 2021-32, where the item was continued again to October 13th, which is today. 2022. This was due to the lack of information regarding adequate water supply. The continuation allowed the applicant time to obtain a 17-hour well test conducted by a approved evaluator. An email was sent to staff from the Coastal Commission December 29th, 2021, mentioning a number of concerns. All of the concerns were adequately resolved except for the proof of water. After receiving the 17-hour well test, staff referred it to Environmental Health to ensure it was properly performed. Environmental Health responded with an email stating that while the testing was performed by an approved engineering firm with the appropriate qualifications to conduct the proof of water test, approval should instead be obtained from the Coastal Commission, as the Coastal Commission had the initial concerns. On October 4th, 2022, staff sent the 17-hour well test to the Coastal Commission, requesting a response in a timely manner. Staff sent a second email to the Coastal Commission October 12th, yesterday, 2022, again requesting a response for the 17-hour well test. No response has been received as of this time. This memorandum outlines the sequence of events that led to this hearing. Although the Coastal Commission did not respond to the requested email to verify the 17-hour well test, Land Use Policy 3.8-1 and 3.9-1 and the county and Mendocino County Code 20.532.095 A2 requires that residential properties only be authorized provided adequate water exists and that there are findings to support the approving authority's decision that the proposed development will be provided with adequate utilities, access roads, drainage, and other necessary facilities. With the 17-hour well test showing adequate water, this project meets all the standards necessary to be approved by the Coastal Permit Administrator. And that's all I have.
All right, thank you very much. All right, do we have the applicant online?
Yes.
Mr. Wolf, any comments, questions? This is your opportunity to speak on this matter. Okay. Thank you. Do we have anybody else from the applicant that wishes to speak on this matter?
If you are here and would like to participate on this topic, please use the raise hand feature. I'm
No.
seeing no one.
All right, so at this point, I'm going to go ahead and open the public hearing on this matter. Anybody that wishes to speak on this matter again, this is your opportunity. So public hearing is open on CDP 2021-0032.
Seeing no.
Seeing nobody, I return it back to the Coastal Permit Administrator. And Mr. Goings, thank you for your persistence with the Coastal Commission. I think if the Coastal Commission had any issues, I think they would have sent something in by now. Obviously, the issue that was raised was the 17-hour pump test. That's been done. Environmental Health has looked at this. They feel that it should be, any comments would need to be coming from the Coastal Commission as opposed to them. So it looks like all the appropriate policies have been adequately addressed.
That's correct.
So with that, I'm going to go ahead and approve CDP 2021-0032 per the staff report and the conditions of approval. Mr. Wolf, thank you very much for your patience. Okay. That moves us to item 3C, which is case number B 2022-0028. This is the owner applicant is Marshall and Sharon Steller. The agent is Jeremy James. The request is a coastal development boundary line adjustment to reconfigure the boundaries between two existing lots. Lot 1, APN 126-17005, will increase to 40.5 plus or minus acres, and Lot 2, which is APN's 126-170-06, 126-180-05, and 14 will increase to 115 acres. This project has been determined to be categorically exempt from CEQA. It is located in the coastal zone, 2.9 plus or minus miles southeast of Albion on the south side of Navarro Ridge Road, 2.47 plus or minus miles east of its intersection with State Route 1. No address is assigned yet. And again, APNs 126-170-05, 06, and 126-180-05, and 14. Now please get a staff report. Thank you very much. So with that, are the applicants online and wish to speak on this matter?
No.
No. So at this point, I will go ahead and open up the public hearing. Anybody that wishes to speak on this matter may do so now. Seeing none, I return it back to the Coastal Permit Administrator. I will go ahead and approve the project subject to the conditions and findings contained in the staff report. So thank you very much. Okay, that brings us to item 3D on the agenda. Case number CDP 2022-0020. The owner applicant is the California Department of Transportation, Caltrans, District 1. Agent is Robert King. Standard coastal development permit for safety improvements along State Route 1 between milepost PM 87.90 and 91.20, including the following: paving existing southbound gravel turnouts, creating a 4-foot shoulder for all users, shoulder backing, grading, guardrail improvements, and replacement of stripping and markings. Entirety of the project extends from Rockport to Leggett between post mile 87.90 and 105.60. Project has been determined to be categorically exempt from CEQA. The project is located in the coastal zone along State Route 1, 1.8 plus minus miles north of its intersection with Rockport Street, and 0.4 miles east of its intersection with Usall Road, located between post mile 8790 and 91.20. May I please get a staff report?
Thank you, Coastal Permit Administrator. Project Planner Steven Schweitzer here. Though the entirety of the project extends from Rockport to Leggett, only a 3.3 plus or minus mile portion is located within the boundaries of the local coastal program. As detailed by the applicant, the existing pavement is in fair to poor conditions with non-standard metal beam guardrails. With regards to Section 15051 of California Environmental Quality Act, CEQA, California Department of Transportation, District 1, is the lead agency with the primary responsibility for carrying out the proposed project, while Mendocino County shall act as a responsible agency tasked with approving the proposed project. Accordingly, Caltrans prepared and filed a notice of exemption found in Attachment T of the staff report. In conjunction with this notice of exemption, Caltrans also provided a natural environmental study in compliance with the National Environmental Policy Act, NEPA. These findings are summarized in the Habitats and Natural Resources section of the staff report. It is important to note that the project can maintain a 100-foot buffer from 2 of the 8 environmentally sensitive habitat areas, ESHA, that were identified under the jurisdiction of the County Local Coastal Program. Reduced buffers are requested for the remaining 6 ESHA, where 100-foot buffers are not feasible. In compliance with county code, the applicant supplied U.S. Fish and Wildlife Services, as well as California Department of Fish and Wildlife, the National Environmental Study to concur that a 100-foot buffer is not necessary to protect resources. Senior environmental scientist Greg O'Connell accepted the study and provided no further comments or mitigation measures. Staff is recommending a special condition number 11 to ensure that the project is implemented consistent with the recommendations, best management practices, and avoidance, as well as mitigation measures outlined in Section 1.3.2 of the Natural Environmental Study intended to protect ESHA and contained in Exhibit A of this report. Staff offers the following findings for consideration. The proposed safety improvements along State Route 1 are supported by the land use policies contained in the coastal element of the county's general plan. Staff finds that the project is consistent with the purpose of the public right-of-way and will not conflict with either of the 2 general plan designations and their respective zoning districts within the coastal zone. Staff finds that the assurance of the appropriate export disposal, as detailed in Caltrans specifications and construction contract documents, to be sufficient evidence for the contractor's compliance with appropriate disposal of exported material from grading. Staff also finds that the project would comply with the provisions of the Caltrans statewide national pollutant discharge elimination system permit for projects with a land disturbance of 1 acre or more. This provides that the contractor would prepare either a stormwater pollution prevention plan or a water pollution control program, including erosion control measures and construction waste containment measures to protect waters of the state during project construction. Vegetation reestablishment or other stabilization measures would be implemented on disturbed soil areas per the erosion control plan. To date, there is no tree removal proposed with the project. Staff concurs with the Cultural Resources Clearance Memo from Caltrans, as well as Sonoma State University's Northwest Information Center determination that the improvements to the existing roadway have a low possibility of contained unrecorded archaeological sites, and no further archaeological resources survey is recommended. Finally, staff is recommending approval of the coastal permit CDP 2022-020 in accordance with the findings and subject to the conditions of approval contained in the staff report. The applicant has been provided the staff report and made aware of the conditions of approval. Contingent on this approval, the project is scheduled for the 2023 construction season with an estimated completion in 300 working days. Traffic control measures will be implemented to ensure public access throughout the work zone with minimal traffic delays of 15 to 20 minutes. One public comment was received on the project from Ms. Diana Levy-Pert, and staff has addressed this comment and is available for further questions.
Thank you. You mentioned the addition of condition 11.
Yes,
Do you have the language?
I do. Would you like me to read that into the record?
Yes, and I'm not sure if this packet has it.
Okay, let's see here. My mistake, it's condition 10.
Oh, it's already there.
Yes,
Is this the one that says
Yes.
project implementation shall be consistent with the recommended mitigations, BMPs, and avoidance, and so on and so on?
yes, correct.
Okay, so that's not a new condition.
No,
It's, okay,
yeah, it's not a new condition.
All right.
It's just a special condition added to the project.
I show it as just a condition of approval. Because you've got conditions 1 through 10, with that being number 10.
Yes.
Okay, so there's nothing added or?
No,
Okay,
no.
okay, good. All right. All right, with that, thank you very much. The public comment was addressed, and that was with Ms. Levy-Pert,
Yes.
and that was via telephone, or how was that addressed?
Email correspondence.
Okay. Thank you. And then, at this point, does Caltrans wish to speak on this matter? Mr. King, the floor is yours. You'll have to unmute.
Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah, this is Robert King. Also have I'm the project manager and the applicant. I don't really have a lot to say. I mean, this is a necessary project to rehab the pavement. We're adding approximately 49 paving 49 turnouts to allow areas for bicycles and pedestrians to avoid oncoming traffic. And I mean, other than that, I don't really have a whole lot to add.
Okay, thank you. I also see Felicia Zimmerman from Caltrans. Is there anything you would like to add? Yes, go ahead, unmute.
Hi, Felicia Zimmerman, environmental planner for the project. I don't have anything to add.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So at this point, I'll go ahead and open the public hearing. Anybody that wishes to speak on this matter may do so now.
We have no one here to speak on that.
All right, so I will go ahead and return it back to the coastal permit administrator. I've reviewed the evidence and including the public hearing comments as well as the staff report and findings, and I will go ahead and approve the project subject to the conditions and findings contained in the staff report. Thank you very much. All right, so
Thank you.
I will go ahead and now move to item number 4, which is matters from staff. Do we have any matters from staff?
No.
Nope. Okay, so now I'll just go ahead and go to item 5, which is matters from the public. Again, the Coastal Permit Administrator welcomes participation in meetings. This item is limited to matters under the jurisdiction of the CPA, which are not on the posted agenda, and items which have not already been considered by the Coastal Permit Administrator. Does anybody wish to speak on this matter?
We have no one here
I
to
see
speak on.
nobody. Therefore, I move to item number 6, which is adjournment, and it is 11:30 a.m., and I will adjourn the meeting at 11:30. Thank you, everybody. And that concludes the October 13th CPA hearing.